Hey everyone, happy Wednesday, and it is our last full day of BBBE. So let's see what we're eating today. Hey everyone, here I am with meal number one for today. I have a gigantic fluffy omelet, and it is browned because I used bacon grease for the cooking. It is filled with some bacon crumbles, and you can see it looks really fluffy. That is because I went ahead and I whipped the egg whites and then folded in my egg yolks before I put it in the pan. And then I have one toasted bun with butter and one egg coffee. So that is my meal one. Oh, yes. And you can see my straw, my water with electrolytes, as always. So that's my meal one for today. And I will, after I'm done eating, come back, and I think that I'm going to talk to you first about my opinions on the James Hoffmann video where he has reviewed the American grocery coffees. I have some opinions that are the same and some that are different and some other commentary to add. That's okay. He is an expert, but again, taste is subjective, so there's a lot of room to play with that. And uh, I actually do agree with him more often than not, so I do like that part because then I feel smarter than I really am in terms of coffee. So I will see you guys soon. Be right back. Hey everyone. So since it came up, and I thought about saving this for the Sunday coffee talk, but we have a lot of things to talk about then. So, if you aren't a person who watches James Hoffmann, he is a barista world champion. He's written several coffee books. His YouTube channel is delightful and it is 100% coffee centric. Uh, he is a world renowned expert and his opinions are highly sought after. And one of the things that he used to get a lot of requests for were to review American coffees. And so he did a review of many coffees that he got at grocery stores. Well, he didn't acquire them personally. People sent through his Patreon sent in the request saying, "Hey, these are the coffees we get in our grocery." So those are the coffees that he acquired and went through, and he basically did rank testing. If you have watched my live stream, you know I've walked through how a tasting works and how you do the brew in the single cup and then you do the slurping with your concave soup spoon, for lack of a better shape description. And he did that with all of those coffees. Now, early in the stream, he did have the Bustelo, which is a coffee that we use a lot for the espressos on my channel, and several of my members have mentioned that they also love Bustelo. And he immediately winced and discarded the Bustelo and said it was terrible. So to address that, I want to point out that one of the things is that Bustelo is an espresso grind. So it needs treatment to its use. You cannot brew it like your number three grind coffee. And in fact, it will immediately over extract in a tasting cup sort of fashion. So I'm certain that since Bustelo is already a very sturdy and kind of a bitter taste, which is one of its virtues, that probably didn't rank well for individuals who are looking for a sweeter, lighter roasting sort of coffee flavor. It's just not that kind of a coffee. So I could easily see why it washed out. I do think that it's better than he thought it was, but probably not in a tasting like that. I'm pretty sure it was very harsh and not very good. Bustelo is really good in a mocha pot type preparation. And also it is perfect for Cafe de Ola or coffees that use a very heavy spiced and a sweetened version. So I can definitely see why it didn't perform well. So that's what I'm going to say shouldn't have really been part of this tasting, because it's a specialty grind as well as being an extra dark roast. So I can definitely see why it got ranked the way it did. I was very pleased to see that the Starbucks Pike's Place got washed right out of there immediately. It was disgusting. And because that is the coffee that people usually get at the Starbucks, and they taste it and they were like, the Starbucks coffee is bad. It tastes burnt. Which leads to the fact that the Veranda Starbucks coffee from the grocery store performed pretty well. I personally have not tried that blend. And not only have I not tried it in a Starbucks with a Starbucks preparation, I have not bought it off the grocery shelf and tried it myself. The other big surprise is that the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, he really ranked that high up. And as you know, I have complained mightily about Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Here's the caveat. I have only tried Dunkin' Donuts coffee from a Dunkin' Donuts. So straight from the fast food place into a cup and straight up. And I didn't like it. But fast food restaurants do in fact often use too high of a temperature to brew to hold it at a very heated temperature. And it is true that Dunkin' Donuts coffee is very popular. So it could be my personal taste. What I am going to do is keep an eye out, and when I see it on sale at the supermarket, just my local Kroger or Myers, I will pick a bag up off the shelf and we will test it ourselves on the Radical Geek live stream on a Sunday sometime. To no surprise to me, the grocery store Tim Hortons coffee performed well. I 100% agree with that because I enjoy that. Not only do I like it from Tim Hortons, I like it when I've bought the beans, ground them, and brewed them myself. In fact, I do find it better. The other one that he ranked pretty high was the Pete's Dark Roast. And I also enjoy Pete's. Actually, I've enjoyed Pete's in a lot of their different varieties. So it's always been an easy go-to. You can pick it up. It's not very expensive in the grocery. It's not my number one top favorite, but it's also pretty good for a daily sort of quick drinker. And so I definitely back that one up as a big thumbs up. So Tim Hortons and Pete's, absolutely. And here's where my issue is. His number one ranked coffee was Phil's Coffee. This is a coffee that I have never had. This is not a coffee that is a commonplace American grocery store coffee. I'm sorry, but it's not. And the people in the comments proved my point there. It's not available nationwide. It's not a national grocery chain distribution. This is a very small regional reach. It's a special small roaster coffee. So that does not belong with your conglomerate, easy access, nationwide coffees. So I'm pretty sure that I will enjoy it. And now I want to acquire some, but the only place I can reliably get it is Amazon. And I don't like to buy coffee on Amazon because Amazon does not curate the warehouse to pay attention to expirations. Granted, a lot of coffee has no expiration because technically, coffee can't go bad. By bad, I mean rancid. However, coffee can, in fact, go stale. So if you buy coffee off Amazon and it doesn't taste right, there's a good chance that maybe it's been in that warehouse for way too long. Instead of the 6 to 9 months or even a year, it could be there 2 years, 3 years. Didn't get it sold out in their Black Friday deals, whatever. And you could be getting a stale coffee, which will give it a musty, harsh flavor. So those are things to be mindful, and that's why I say I don't like Kicking Horse from Amazon, even though it's cheaper through Amazon than at a grocery or direct from the company. Oh, let me see. What else can I add to that? I think that's my highlights. I have way more to say. I could literally talk for hours. But if you like his video and you come back and you tell me, hey, I'd like to see you do a tasting like this and tell us how you feel because you have an American palate, with a leaning towards the dark roast, whereas James Hoffman tends to like a sweeter sort of taste, and I'm definitely more towards that oaky, slightly acidic adventure taster. So it might be interesting to do that. Although we've done a tasting before, but not like this. And especially, I'd like to see how it compares to my favorite Robusto. Oh, let's see. What else do I got to say? I think that's it. I think the next thing we'll do is we'll talk about game of the day. So let me just gather that up and get it ready and share it with you. Hey everyone, today's game of the day is Takenoko. This game is a lot of fun, but also it is just completely cute. Basically, Takenoko is a game where you are the gardener trying to grow bamboo because the Emperor of China gifted the Emperor of Japan a panda as a gift between the two for their peace talks. And then you, uh, the gardener, are tasked with keeping this bamboo garden so that the panda stays alive, well fed, and happy. That's the basic plot of the game. And you do that by laying down different parts of the tiles to build the board. You can see that there are different kinds. You have your land, your water, uh, and other sections, garden, fertile, etc., etc. As you build out this board, you are attempting to achieve objectives, and each of these upside down objectives are worth points. So, and they give you different things. These are for irrigating these particular tiles together. This one is to grow 2 green bamboo. Let's see. This one is to grow 3 types of bamboo on a tile. And when I say grow bamboo, you think that it's as simple as maybe just laying something down, but check out these components. It's just also really super quality. Let me open that for a second. As you play, you're able to stack up your bamboo. There you go. Oops. Maybe not when you're holding it in the air. And so that gives you the height. Sometimes it asks you to grow it by a certain height and all of that kind of stuff. And you have your irrigation canals that you put between the tiles, which gives you water to help grow the bamboo. Lots of fun stuff there. But just to add a layer of complexity, there are actions you can take and actions that are sometimes impacted by the weather, which you roll each turn. It tells you what the weather is. There are special improvements you can make to the land, so it changes it. Like here are, some farming. Here's some additional water to irrigate. This stops the panda from eating your bamboo. So lots of different actions you can take to try and achieve your objectives. And like I said, and look at the rule book. It starts with this beautiful, lovely little comic explaining the story. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do with the panda? And then here's your new job as the gardener. The rules are very, very simple. This is basically it. It's everything, and boom, you are done with the rules. So quick to learn. It's your player board, which is also, look how nice that is, and lovely on the back. So it's also not a real expensive board game. It does have expansions you can purchase, and the board game is for 2 to 4 players, but there is also a special that you can order to play solo. It gives you some special rules and kind of tells you how to rearrange things. But overall, it's complex enough that you can enjoy it as adults in the evening. It's also easy enough that while there's a lot of thinking and strategizing to do, that you can play it with kids. You guys, I should be embarrassed. Look at my mess, my yarn all hanging out back here, waiting for me to get to after work to try and start working on some of the projects. Well, so be it. Now you know. Everybody's craft room is always full of something. So, but that's why I chose this as my game of the day. I just love it. It's very pretty. The components are great. Uh, the age on it says 8 up, so you can play it with your little kids. 8 up is really, honestly, 6 or 7 year olds. This 6, you might be struggling a little bit, but by 7, they can catch on to this, no problem. So enjoy. I really think it's a high quality game. It's readily available. It's not super expensive, but it's complex enough to hold the attention spans of adults so you don't get bored. You can really work through quite a lot on it. So that's it. It's Takanoko, growing bamboo to feed this panda. So I hope that you really enjoyed that, and I'll be back a little bit later with meal number 2, my last day and my last BBBE meal. Well, except for that we have reintroduction, so it's not going to change that much, right? Hey everyone, here it is, meal 2. I have my egg pudding topped with butter. It's really egg custard, steamed eggs. It's eggs and a little bit of beef broth mixed together, and then I put it in the steamer, soft and custardy. We've done these a lot, so I just put butter on top. I was just in the mood. And the last of my buns, I'll probably make another batch tomorrow to get to go with my salmon, because tomorrow is the reintroduction day. Ooh, I'm salivating thinking about the salmon, so I really hope that it's not an issue. I can't imagine that it will be, but you know, there's always that concern. Something that you love will be an issue. I'm trying real hard not to do that, so I hope that you are having an amazing, amazing Wednesday. For those of you who joined the uh, Watch Autumn live stream, I look forward to seeing you there. I have to stop by BJ's today because I eat a lot of eggs and everything is starting to get limited. So I can only buy 2 packages there, and they have the Nellie's eggs, which I really love. Yes, I like them better than the Happy Eggs. Second would be the Pete and Gary's eggs, which they also have, but I can only buy 2. So I will pick my battles. I figure if I get eggs from there, I can get the good eggs that I like, and then I can supplement with the 2 bulk packs from Costco when I do my monthly shop this weekend. Actually, I'm going to buy, the eggs are like a side visit. Attila decided that he doesn't want to reintroduce salmon with the household. Instead, he's going to reintroduce Parmesan. And so that'll be pretty nice, I guess. And as he does that, so we have to actually pick some up because I don't have the Parmesan in stock. And oh, I'm just trying to think of what else there is. I forget. I'm tired. Today was a long work day and there's still more to do. Yeah, so anyways, salmon. That's all, that's what it is. It's just the salmon is on my mind. You know how you get stuck in that rut. Um, but anyways, I'm gonna go eat this egg custard. You have an amazing day. I'll see you guys tonight on the Watch Autumn live stream. So I'll see you there. Bye.